Greetings, this is Juno. Welcome back to more Trials of Mana. In the last one, we went to get the sage advice of Don Perry, granted, in the grand scheme of things, doesn't really feel like it was much help because he just kind of told us stuff that either we already knew or we would have figured out anyway. Because what a surprise! Why don't we use the Samosa flowers? It's not like the Navarro used them as well. Not the most original plan since our enemy literally used them. So maybe most of the Navarro doesn't even know that the flowers were used. That's probably the case. Not to mention the wind statue probably would have been smashed anyway. But of course, plot's you gotta do stuff for plot to move forward. So it kind of reminds me of I think it was Final Fantasy 12, where like the main characters probably if they didn't do anything, the plot probably would have ended up the same near the end of the game. Maybe I'm wrong, but that's what I remember. How ineffective they are until like the end of the game. Sorry if you like that game. I remember not really caring for the story of that game. Maybe because you're stuck with Vaughn for one. Kind of the most whiny. One of the most whiniest protagonists in a Final Fantasy game, and that's coming from a series that has Tidus. Oh, I actually like this. I like the story to 10. And again, that's like the kind of like first thing, like the first experience kind of thing, where Final Fantasy X was the first Final Fantasy game I saw in play. Oh, I guess saw and play. Because like one of those things where it's like, you go like, it's one of my brother's games, kind of thing. You just watch them play it. Okay, let's grab this here real quick. But after that, on to this. Yeah, we're having to switch the location of the wind heads to move forward. God dang it. I'm gonna just fast forward. At another time where not being quite close enough to the thing made me jump over and off the cliff. There's gonna be a lot of a good portion of editing in this video, because we're also going to class change in the every time you have to class change one character, you have to wait through a loading screen, which is kind of annoying. Kind of wish that you could just do it in bulk, but sadly you cannot. Okay, here's the second half of the map. I think obviously since this is the wind area, a lot of the enemies are going to be wind elemental. Not all of them though. I think only the cockatrices and the harpies or whatever are specifically wind elemental. I think a lot of the other ones are even the Copper Knights are a different element, if I recall correctly. Or at least weak to a different element. Got a chest right there, but we can't get it quite yet. And we even still have zombies. Zomboys. Which obviously they're weak to light. They're like dark. Why don't we use some of our candies, since we're gonna be getting a whole bunch of candies here soon. We might have to think at some point I'm probably gonna sell off some candies since we're this pass. We don't really need consumables as much since we have Charlotte with us. Oh, we got another double experience. Yeah, why don't we invest that? We're gonna save up Hawkeye's points for now. We don't really have anything that is super important to invest with him right now until we hit until we class change. Why do these guys already respawn? I don't even have the ability more encounters yet. I don't know why they respawn so quickly. We didn't even move that far away from them. I'm getting kind of getting cornered and not being able to dodge roll out.
Took care of that.
Yeah, that's one thing with dodge rolling is if you get a whole bunch of enemies around you, you can't really dodge roll that well. So you accidentally just dodge roll into an enemy and it's like you're still in the area, dum-dum. Get him out of the way. Okay, let's remove the poison. Pick this up before we switch. A little extra money. Just a little money. Little by little, I guess. Can't really have too much money until after you get the penultimate gear. Then you can have too much money because they keep on saying, let's spend money, let's spend money. I don't know why they thought that was a good idea. Do you have that equipped? I think that's like, I think that armor is like a next area armor. Well, the next upgrade point kind of armor. It's like most, I think all of them are like that. Though I guess there was that. I think we ran across one that was visor quality armor, not armor, weapon. I think that literally we picked up a few towns before. When we take out the last of these two, and then we'll go up and get healed up by the statue. Oh hey! Finally ran across the Mana Stone.
What's that?
Let's see, we've gotten 2 Mana Spirits so far, and we're finally seeing a Mana Stone.
It's a Mana Stone.
Because
this is the first one I've ever seen in person too. Huh.
I'll just let him talk.
If the Benevodons sealed within were freed,
that'd be
the world
bad.
would be in such danger.
I think that's pretty obvious.
Scary thought.
Very scary.
I'm sorry. We're doing what we can to stop
What happened to your arm?
After all. Come on. Sylphid must be nearby.
I don't think anyone noted that.
Hey, over here.
Maybe that's something to
Looks
Google
like these
or
fresh
whatever.
footprints are
See if
headed
anyone else noticed
this way. Let's
that
check
Barry's
it out.
missing an arm specifically at that point of this cutscene. I think for the most part they have
classes.
most of the animations and stuff
Try to switch your class.
has been pretty ineffective. Like they haven't been messing up. Other than like maybe voice acting. I'm going to skip all the cutscenes because it's like a minute plus of cutscenes. Not cutscenes, loading screens. Derp. Yeah, there's a lot of freaking loading between. I think I've saved a whole bunch of time just by getting past all the loading, as well as speeding up when needed.
Try to switch your class.
We're gonna. Oh yeah, we're light path for Charlotte for her to be a better support, and then we're gonna take Kevin down the dark path. He's gonna be our physical powerhouse. He's gonna hit hard. Hit very, very hard. That's what Kevin does. Even when he's support, he'll hit pretty hard. Yeah, we're gonna make him. Let's see, what was it? Bishop? Was it Bishop?
Who is switching classes?
I already forgot. Maybe it was High Priestess.
Try
I
to
think
switch your
Bishop
class.
is the later class for Charlotte. Then Brawler for Kevin. Then we're gonna make Hawkeye into a ninja so he can debuff. So we're gonna mainly spec him into being like a physical damage dealer, but we're just gonna have we're gonna have him use his ninjutsus to debuff enemies. Anyway, yeah, let's invest that luck points so we can get some ninjutsus early. Let's see. Yeah, let's close call. Then I think narrow escape. Let's look through them real quickly. Yeah, narrow escape. Don't really care for any of the other ones. I have to replace Will to Fight at some point. Let's do that. And then maybe a defensive one. Yeah, we don't have too many offensive abilities at the moment. When we do that. And then Enigma. I was thinking about Retain.
Okay.
Retain isn't too bad, but then again, don't really have too much buffs. We are going to get sabers from Charlotte at some point. But let's switch it to Knight since it's gnome. Well, and let's see, where is it? There it is. Bear Claws. Have some Earth Elemental. We also have the physical buffing, like little items, but I think we'll be fine with this boss. I have some bosses later on that I kind of would prefer to do the physical buffing. Oh, attack buffs.
Hey! We've
Stop right there, criminal scum. How about I do this anyway?
must have destroyed the wind statue too!
Oh, what a surprise.
He's
I mean,
gone.
he has evil written all over him.
Something's wrong.
Yeah, we're not gonna learn. Well, you'd know more about him if you did Duran's Path. Did you just poop out a harpy there? Sounded like you pooped a big one out there, Sylphid. Pooped out a harpy. We have, I think, Persephone. But yeah, check out Duran's Path for the Dark Shine Knight.
We have to hurry and save
Pretty sure it's
Sylphin.
Dark Shine Knight. It's kind of weird name.
Okie dokie. Hang on a bit longer, Sylphin.
This guy. This enemy is probably even more annoying. This boss is even more annoying to deal with in the original version of the game because you can actually, like, obviously if they're in the air you can't attack them, and this enemy kind of goes in the air relatively frequently in the other version of the game. But the good thing is that our characters learn to jump in the remake. Ow, we're just wrecking this boss. Might be one of the best runs I've had over this boss. Why don't we do this? And dead. That was pretty quick. And explodes. Yay, levels. We're pretty close to a second level. We're probably level on the way back to the meadow. Come back to us, Sylphid.
Sylphid, are you alright?
Eugenie. Seems like the audio is popping up sooner than it's supposed to, but I think that's because of my game and not my recording.
How was that creepy night?
I don't know.
I feel like my recording software would more likely delay audio than it would play it before than it's supposed to.
Summoned Hersephide.
So yeah, I think it's the game that's messing up slightly.
I bet that night was after the Mana Stone.
Well, why didn't he activate the Mana
We
Stone
need your
then?
help.
I don't know. Every other
I see. Well,
Every other
you all
person,
saved my
like,
life.
activates.
I'll
Like,
stick
we'll
with
find
you
out
till
later,
the
like,
bitter
what
end.
an activated Mana Stone looks like. Yeah, we got Wind Elemental.
No time
stuff.
to waste. We should go to the
Granted.
Sunmosa Meadow.
Granted, for whatever reason, Hawkeye's ninjutsus aren't affected by like you don't need the elemental, like it does damage based on that element, but you don't need the elemental to learn the ninjutsus for whatever reason. I don't know why, you just don't. Every other character does. That's why, like, Angela just kind of has a tough time early on because she doesn't have her spells. Do that. Increasing strength for you. Then, of course, increase luck for you. Let's get those, especially Thunder, the Thunder Jutsu. Thunder Diversion. That'll decrease physical defense. Anyway, we're back here. Yeah, I did a lot of fast forwarding, walking back.
Welcome
This is
back.
probably
I am
voice crack.
so glad
Um,
to see you safe.
This is probably the most
You
amount of
made
backtracking we have to do in
Did
the
you have a
game.
chance to speak with Dom Perry?
Yep. Just take
Not
a
as
look.
much later on. I'm not saying, I'm not officially saying that because I'm like,
Hello,
what if I
nice to
forgot
see you.
about some other backtracking?
Leave this to me.
Right in the spores. A good thing we're immune to that now. I don't know what it takes to be immune to it. Do you just have to be in the meadow itself? I don't know. I don't think any of the people who were in the fortress when it was attacked survived. It's only the people who are out. Most of the, well, I guess there were like Alma and the old guy was probably in the fortress, but probably escaped somehow. I think the vast majority of the soldiers were in, like they said, I don't think it said, actually, yeah, I don't think they noted about how they survived in this version of it.
Now is our chance. Please be careful. There
I
may
think you
be
have to have
enemies
Reese
in the
with you for
Citadel
them
that
to
did not
explain
succumb
why
to the
they're
sleep
survivors.
spores.
Just because they
Help yourself to the supplies in the barrels.
were out
there are
on
candies
patrols,
and cups of wishes.
but got inflicted by the sleep spores. So that's why they weren't actually killed. Anyway, onwards to enough of that rambling. Onwards to retaking the Laurent Citadel. As you saw, those barrels gave us a whole bunch of candies and a whole bunch of a good amount of cups of wishes. Yeah, like I said, we're probably gonna have to sell off some candies. We're just not gonna need them in this playthrough as much as we did in the last. Not like we, even in the, even when we used candies as our primary healing source in Duran's Pass, we never really ran low on candies. I think even at one point we came close to hitting the max. Just how much items they throw at you in this version of the game. Open that. All money. But yeah. But anyway, I'm gonna leave it off here. Next time on Trials of Mana, how much of a adversity are we gonna have to deal with to retake Florent? I know next time. Bye bye.